We have a customer that's in with us on a 2014 Cummins that apparently has been a total nightmare for him. He's been to a lot of other shops, including the dealership, and they can't figure it out. He keeps dealing with a diesel particulate fault code. He's replaced a bunch of parts. The other shops have replaced a bunch of parts, seeming to be the same issue, and nobody can figure it out. I have no idea where they're at with this project. I just heard about it this morning, so let's go figure it out and see if we can finally resolve this for the customer. Donald, I know you're wrapping something up.
What's happening?
But apparently this thing sounds like a crazy ordeal.
It's a
with
mess.
the Cummins.
Yeah, it turned into a big deal.
From my understanding, from some of the brief notes that I read, the guys had it at a bunch of other shops, including the dealership, and apparently he's replaced a lot of things. Is that accurate?
Yeah, they've gone as far as replacing the EGR cooler, differential pressure sensor, crankcase ventilation valve twice. They wanted to replace a bunch of other stuff. He's like, at this point, hands are up, because it's like, you guys aren't fixing it.
Is it all for the same code? It looks like he's dealing with like a diesel particulate fault code or something.
Yeah, he has a regen frequency codes, so
Okay.
it keeps doing that.
Okay.
And for some reason, no one can figure it out. So one of the last things that they recommended was a fluid line that goes from the tank to the DPF.
Okay.
So he decided to do that one himself to save some costs.
Okay.
He did damage that, so he actually broke the connector that goes onto the injector.
The diesel exhaust fluid injector?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he strung it up with some wire, at least just to get it here.
Oh,
So he's
okay.
like, left us a detailed note. It's pretty nice.
Okay.
He's like, I should have just left it up to these guys, and now he's here. I got invoices and everything.
Really? How long has he been dealing with this
For the last
issue?
4 to 6 months, he's owned it for
Oh
a
my
year,
gosh.
and he bought it from a small dealership that got it from an auction.
Okay.
So
That
yeah,
just sounds messy.
yeah.
All right.
So here's our invoice, a little personalized letter from this guy. Invoices. He talks about the first, second event. Here's his 2 invoices from there, and then details on him doing the install himself.
And he's had this issue
Yeah.
basically from the get-go.
Yep.
Oh, no. So is he in reduced power mode as well?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Okay. Jeez.
They just talk about all the stuff that he replaced. EGR cooler, bypass valve was leaking. There were some aftermarket components on here that weren't Mopar, so the dealer wanted to, get a good baseline and throw Mopar parts on there. And then 340 miles later, that same regen code came back. And then they went through all the same stuff. They started replacing cold air boots, another crankcase vent valve. They removed the EGR cooler again and cleaned it. Let's see.
But they didn't replace it?
Yeah, it looks like
Okay.
they didn't replace it, but they wanted to replace the DPF and the SCR. But due to the cost, he pulled the plug on that one. And then 480 miles later, the code came back.
So he's not barely getting through a tank of gas. Okay. Looks like mostly dealerships. Okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
that is a ton of money
Yeah, not the place that he bought it from, but
from like a Dodge dealer. Okay.
there's a lot of good stuff worth showing.
Oh, that was the donut I was gonna eat, dude. No way. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay,
So
did Javis pull this out then? Here's our injector.
Brian already did, yeah.
Oh, Brian
So
did,
yeah,
okay.
Brian pulled. So we found a lot of missing hardware. There was hardware back here that was missing, nuts to actually hold this on, where the injector bolts onto here. There was a bolt missing. Turns out there was a broken bolt right here as well, where the injector goes into the DPF. You can see where the DPF injector was actually leaking because it wasn't sealing. So we found this along the way.
Yeah.
So someone had this DPF out, tried to drill out and extract that bolt. They did it completely off center. You can see where it's like almost through the bracket right here.
Yeah, jeez.
And then they just gave up on it. Yeah, it got bad to worse real quick. So, I mean, there was missing bolts on the DPF to the SCR, mounting hardware, also for the injector. I mean, someone was in here, but to his knowledge, no one's ever touched this. So I think it was before his time.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
That'd make you sick.
So now we got to try and figure out options on how to fix this thing for him, or, do we just replace the DPF?
Right.
I mean, we're wondering what kind of options we can do to try and fix this thing for him and salvage it.
Do we have any visual on I know we just are from the back side here, but if anything's clogged?
No,
Any
actually,
enforcement?
if you look inside of this right here, you see an X. Someone's already been in here and cleaned it. So this has been pulled down before.
And if they just baked it, then that can hurt the substrate. Yeah, we don't know how it was cleaned.
Do you want to see the line?
Yeah.
So this is the line that he replaced, and he broke this. He broke this side on accident, and he strung it up with wire. You can see
I see the wire there.
Yeah, the actual wire right here. And then where it goes into the actual DEF tank right up here is where it was leaking. You can see all the fluid right here. This is probably where the shop couldn't find any of the repairs.
Right.
You know, there was an obvious leak here, and there was a leak here at the injector.
So what do you think our options are? I mean, we could go through all the effort to somehow mount it, but yeah, that is jacked up.
We want to try and get creative. We could try and finish what they started and bolt it up, but that's not a guarantee. We might be able to do some, get creative in the machine shop. Maybe they can fill that in and we drill out a new hole.
Right.
Or replace the whole DPF. A dealership will not repair that. They will only replace it.
Right.
So that's where he's very limited on options at other shops.
But the problem is if we go through all that effort and charge him to do all of that, put it back together, do some regens, and then we find that there's an efficiency issue or something there, then he's got to replace what we just repaired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a complex situation.
Yeah.
It's really hard now.
We want to be the good guys here, but it's hard when we've got limited options, and it's just going to cost the customer money for trial and error.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, poor guy, it's not his fault. You know, it's not his fault, it's not anyone's fault, but he just, someone did a bad repair and put it back together, and he just happened to be the one to buy the truck.
Right. All right, so I brought Cole over, guys. Cole is a huge addition to our machine shop. Excellent machinist, excellent guy. You guys might have seen him on a previous few videos doing a Camaro engine. Anyway, we're super lucky to have him, and he's a good welder. So the pressure's on.
Yep.
But let me show you underneath this truck. So to try and condense a long story here, this is where a diesel exhaust fluid injector goes.
Yep.
And somebody's already monkeyed with it and drilled off center.
Messed it up.
And so really I'm trying to ask, what do you think our options are? Can we weld it up? Can we do
we could weld it up and drill a new hole, retap it.
You think you can do right there?
You should be able to fill that up, yeah.
Okay. And I mean, we have the old injector, so that you can, I guess, use it for a guide or just when you go back to re-drill it. I mean, our other option is replace this whole thing, which is just ridiculously expensive, and we're just trying to see if we can repair that.
Yeah, I hate to scrap the whole thing just because of that one little hole.
Right.
But yeah, I think I can just drill that out and probably build this back up.
Okay.
And then re-drill it correctly. And
I don't know if we have a time insert that big or if we could just retap the threads. If you think you can do it, I'll let Donald know that we'll just need to get some time for it.
Yep.
And do it.
Okay.
Just wanted your professional opinion.
Yeah, I think we can fix that, no problem.
Okay, cool. Good.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
You looked over at me and said, it's getting worse.
So I just called the dealership to get a price on a DPF. They're on a back order with no ETA.
No way.
He doesn't have an option to replace the DPF.
This is a 2014?
Yeah. The guy at Dodge said that they've been going on national back order for years now. So just on and off. They've had a lot of problems with these things.
What the crap? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so.
Well, good news. I did talk to Cole, so he said he should be able to repair it. Seemed like it was no problem for him. So we can pitch that idea to the customer, since it sounds like it's really the only option at this point to try and restore it.
Okay.
So no problem. So
We can give it a shot.
yeah.
So
Okay. All right. Kind of a wild story. I'll give you the Reader's Digest version. The customer brought it in. This diesel exhaust fluid injector line was busted.
Okay.
So we got that, but then when we went to it, one of the mounting holes for this, somebody had already tried to drill.
Did it come in for a DPF code?
Yes.
Okay.
So the customer bought it like 6 or 7 months ago, and since then has barely been able to put a few hundred miles on it in between taking it to the dealership to have it fixed. And the dealership, for whatever reason, keeps just throwing a bunch of parts at it and not fixing it. But the customer can't drive it.
So you got records, because that's my first question.
Already got them. Most recently, the dealership was like, replace it. But we can't accurately put this thing through a regen because the injector is just leaking out.
Right.
And so Cole here is, this is unavailable.
Well,
it's on back order.
Yeah, and it's probably what, $4,000?
I didn't get a price from Donald because they said it was unavailable, but I'm assuming it's crazy expensive. So Cole is going to weld this up and repair it so that we can put an injector and a line on, properly run a regen.
I love it, dude. This is what we're supposed to be doing on cars. So is this just your alignment pin?
So that's my little brass plug. Once I get...
Where's the injector? Do you have a new one?
No, it's over there.
The old one? We're not going to put the old one back in here, are we?
No, we're getting a new line and injector.
Okay. Will you go run and grab me the injector real quick?
Still leave what's left of that hole there.
Yeah, you're just going to put some meat on here.
Yeah, I'm just basically going to cut this ear off, build it back up, and then we can re-drill and tap it or helicoil it or however we need to.
That's all that needs to be done in a new line.
Yeah.
Well, this is an easy fix. I mean, this isn't a big deal. Let's just grind the flange out here, build some meat back up on there, center that, drill it, put tapped holes in there, put a new injector on it, be done with it.
That was his plan.
I mean,
we talked about it before we even dropped it.
It's a great plan. It's perfect. But what I want to know is, did the guy know that the dealer had, this is the way it was, or the dealer never said, hey, they just said you need to buy a new one, and that's when he brought it to us?
Correct.
And they were selling him a new one because that's all they had to fix?
I don't know if that's the reason why. They were just saying, hey, you need a new one. And that's where I find a lot of the dropout with the a dealership or an independent shop is maybe somebody says something but they don't adequately explain it to the customer. And I think that's, so whether this was the reason or not, or whether it was just because of the codes, I don't know.
Okay, so this is a lesson I teach, and you know it. Condition, cause, correction, confirm. A customer, here's my condition. I got an injector code, I got what?
It's a DPF code.
I got a DPF code,
yeah.
Okay, that's your condition. What's the cause? And if a guy says, well, you need to replace your DPF, say, well, why is that?
He's skipping the cause.
Cause.
He's just going right to
the correction, right?
Or what they think
Everybody
is
out there, in YouTube land, remember, I don't care what you're going to get fixed or whatever. Don't get any repair done till you know condition. What's the cause? Take the time and if they don't explain it to you clearly, that's your indicator to jettison yourself out of that place.
next day.
Spot on. Where's that genius, Cole? Where's Cole? Well, somebody give him a, Dave's happy about this. This looks good, man. Looks like he put a nice big old booger on this side and put a time cert in it. It looks like it's on there square. Did you put time certs in both of them? Or just this one?
Just the one.
Just this one?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks great. Did it fit on there nice and flush? So it's not gonna leak?
It's nice and good. Yep.
Okay. And is that the new injector or the old one?
That's the old one. That was the one I was
You
just
got the
giving.
new one put on
Yes,
there?
sir.
Okay, so you use that just to line
Just
it up?
to make sure it all fit.
Looks
Everything's
excellent. Hey, will you help him carry that over?
Yeah.
Thank you, Cole.
A few minutes later.
Okay, now I just want to go for a test drive. I want to watch some of the live data for the exhaust system for the DEF and see if everything is working as it should. Let's see if the car complains. Temperature, and I'm looking for the diesel exhaust fluid line pressure. Here's 12.6 psi. Usually a good spec is 89 psi. That's interesting because before replacing the line we had 12.9 psi. So let's just drive it and see if it is just resetting itself or if we got a problem there at this time. We are going to get on the highway now so we can get a higher speed and a higher RPM, get the exhaust really hot. Let's see if we are getting any colds, anything that is not should be happening, like a temperature it's not reading properly, and we go from there. I basically need you to get on the highway,
Okay.
and give it the beans.
Give it the beans.
Give it the beans. I need the exhaust very hot. I'm looking for it is that the pressure doesn't change on the line for the DEF fluid, and I need to see if the EGR valve is opening and how much is opening, and the exhaust temperatures. So that's basically what I'm looking at right now.
We put in the new DEF injector.
We put the new DEF injector, the new DEF line,
Okay.
and we clear all the codes. We fixed the port on the DPF for the injector as well, because all that was leaking. And so far all of the readings are within spec of each other, The EGR valve is also working as it should.
We've only known each other for, is it
A month and a half.
a month and a half?
Yes.
And you're doing a great job. I mean,
Thank you.
it's good to work with smart mechanics.
Yeah, so far we're doing great. All the temperatures.
I was all the way to the floor. That's all the beans I could give it.
Oh yeah, that's working flawlessly. So far, we don't have any other codes. Before, the codes would pop almost immediately,
Okay.
and the warning on the dash as well.
Okay.
So I guess we'll just continue to drive. Maybe a little more today, maybe a little more Monday,
Okay.
and if no warnings comes back, we should be good.
All right, we're pulling the truck back in. Brian drove it, I think 200 miles or so over the weekend to try and quality check it. And we had something come up.
Yes.
Fault code? Okay, well, that's why we quality check it. So it must have just said, I mean, what, you put 200?
274 miles over the
Okay.
weekend.
And everything was good until just barely, right?
Yes. So we have a pressure sensor, two pressure sensor codes. Those are for the pump pressure on the DEF system.
Okay.
The sensor is part of the pump assembly, so it is inside of the DEF tank.
Okay, so it's measuring this reductant pressure too low.
Yes.
Something in the tank. Okay.
And I did actually observe the live data for the engine. I did notice this during our first test drive. Diesel exhaust fluid line pressure. This should be at least 80 psi. We have
Oh, gosh.
12.7.
Okay.
So either the sensor is faulty, which is possible because we have an electrical code for the sensor, or the pump is bad.
Okay.
So
But either is in the tank.
either is in the tank.
Okay.
I would have to drain all the fluid, drop the pump, see if the sensor is short internally. But if the sensor is bad, it is not a serviceable item. It is part of the pump assembly, so we will have
Okay.
to replace the pump.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a good piece of data. Do you know what it was on Friday when we drove it?
Before I replaced the line,
Uh-huh.
I had 84 psi.
Okay.
Then after replacing the line, replacing the injector, and fixing the DPF, I got the exact same reading, 12.7 on our test drive on Friday.
So we had good pressure in.
And we had good pressure before the repair,
Okay.
and now we don't have pressure after the repair.
I wonder what could cause that.
It doesn't make sense because we
Okay.
install OEM parts.
Okay.
The line is OEM. I'm gonna lift it up, remove
Okay.
the cover for the pump, and let's see if it is leaking
Okay.
something.
This portion, the injector and stuff, looks dry.
Yeah, we also had a leak here before, but we don't anymore. 'Cause,
Right.
Of course, we replace all that.
Where does the line connect? Do you have to drop the tank to connect the line?
No, the line connects right here under this panel. I did clean all this area when I replaced the line, so if it is dirty now, it's because it's leaking. Oh yeah, it's leaking. You can actually see fresh fluid coming out of the line.
And that line just clips in?
Yes, you just press these two tabs like this, and you can slide the line back. We might have just a pump that's leaking, probably the seals on the pump as well.
So we just have those two reductant
Yes.
codes and then the NOx code?
And the NOx code. The NOx code is going to be permanent until the entire system is fixed. It is basically a code to say that is wrong with the system. I just don't know what exactly yet. But once the entire system is working properly, that code should clear away as well.
Well, I mean, our NOx could be affected if we're not injecting DEF
Yes.
too. Yeah. Okay.
I'm concerned
Is
why
we had
pressure
pressure
before and now we don't.
Now we don't.
I don't think that line will be clogged from the factory, and the line runs all the way up here and is completely clipped in place. I even lifted the tank to install the line on the bottom, and it doesn't make sense why we don't have pressure. But if we have a fault pressure sensor that is acting up from time to time, that will stop the pump from activating. So that's the pressure we had, 85.1.
Okay.
That was before the repair.
Okay.
And these were the codes: pressure sensor circuit, particular filter regeneration, reducting pressure too low. So some of the codes are the same. We no longer have the code for the DPF.
Okay. So if we started with these codes, okay, that makes me feel better. I just worry if we went from no codes.
4 codes with an issue.
Right.
Yes. No,
So
we had the same codes.
We have the
before.
same codes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. When pieces of the puzzle start to connect, it makes me feel better. So that makes sense. All right. Now we're going to replace this dang pump.
Okay. Now I'm gonna turn the ignition on and see how much fluid is still in the tank and see if we still need to drain more. Yes, we are pretty much empty. So right now I'm just gonna remove the clamp for the pump and start removing the pump and see how much fluid will still come out of it. Here's the pump. That's why you always wear eye protection. This is toxic. You don't want that on your eye, ever. So, protect your eyes, guys. This kind of looks like an aftermarket unit. Anyways, tank's pretty clean as well. Can't feel any debris in there. So something that I just noted, if you guys look inside the pump, you can see that this is the one I just removed. There is an aftermarket unit. It doesn't have the Mopar part number inside, and the sensors are a bit different as well. And if you look at the bottom, this is the new pump on your right, and this is the old pump. So this is an aftermarket unit. It was replaced before. Some items, they are a must OEM. So you also need to clock this thing properly. The line here, it's pointing that way. So we also have to go that way. Now, just match that back in place. There we go. Okay. And that's about it. Now to clean the mess we made. Okay, so this truck takes 5.5 gallons. And now we wait. So now that we replaced the pump and we have enough diesel exhaust fluid, we can basically reset adaptations and basically tell the vehicle that we have a new pump in there. Okay, so these are the codes we had before. We can go back, clear all the codes first. Here's the procedure for replace relearn diesel exhaust fluid pump. So you want to go there, reset in calibrations, and perform the overdrive test. Testing process. Let's stand over here, see if you can hear the pump running. You can actually feel the pump running. Yep, that's the diesel exhaust fluid pump running. So from now on we should see some pressure and the system working fine. Cycle the ignition. There we go. Diesel exhaust fluid line pressure, 84.9 psi. So from 12.7 we went to 84.9. That's an improvement. So let's go get miles.
I hear we're good.
Yes, we're good.
We got pressure now.
Yes, we do.
Can we see it on the scan tool?
Yeah.
I understand you went for a test drive and things checked out.
Yes, everything
Good.
seems to be working fine.
Okay.
Puppy's building pressure.
So if we got pressure now, really our next thing is to drive it,
Yeah.
make sure the system is liking what it's doing.
We are at 11 right now, 12, 18, 43, 82.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're working.
Beautiful. Good. Okay. This is awesome. Well, hopefully, now that we've got these things figured out, we'll.
Yep.
Are you going to drive it or?
Yeah, I'm gonna
have
drive it.
somebody
I'm gonna drive it after hours tonight, just make sure everything's working fine. By the morning, everything's still working. We're good.
Beautiful. Awesome. We'll drive it, check it, and keep you posted.